Hello, thanks for tuning in. My name's Stuart. I've got an eBay shop, link below. I sell watches and I repair some watches and refurbish. I buy in job lots, break up for spares and all that kind of thing. So I bought in a box load on eBay. There's the box. I've just dumped them all onto my desk. I bid on them. It was quite hot bidding actually, and I was determined to get these, and I kept going up and up and up. I'm happy with the price that I paid in the end, but I did pay quite a bit for them. So let me just show you what I've got and what I'm probably going to do with them. So the first watch here, out of the bag, out of the box, is rotary. As you can see there, the second hand is actually going, so this one works. Nice bonus. The crystal has one or two sort of marks on it, so I may well change the crystal, and I'll be selling that for probably about, I don't know, £15. So we've got Lalvani here. There we are. A beautiful example, classic style, 1960s probably. Really nice. I like this kind of watch. It says 23 anti-magnetic on it. I presume what that means is 23 jewels. It's got a good bracelet on it, so I won't be able to repair that though, because I can't repair mechanical watches. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with it. Here we are. We've got a Seiko, and that is a quartz Seiko. It says sapphire on it, 100 meters, and that's actually quite a nice one. And it's also got an engraving on the back saying "With Love, Carol, 2003." So that's obviously been given probably as a birthday present or something. And the movement is a V743. That would be nice if I can get that working. I'll be delighted. That is not the original bracelet. I can tell it's just a mesh style, and that is not the original bracelet, but it doesn't matter. That will fetch quite a good price actually if it's working. Here's another Seiko with actually quite an unusual sort of date on it. It's got white on black date, day and date, and that is actually is it working? No. So I'll put a battery in that, and obviously we'll see whether it works or not. Keep going. So they're not all great brands. That just says Disneyland on it, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. That's interesting. We've got an old digital quartz watch here, probably from the early 80s or the 70s. It'd be great if I put a battery in that and that works, but it probably won't. However, I must say that the bracelet on it is usable. Keep going. We've got a Seconda here. Seconda. It's probably got a Japanese movement in it. The crystal's not in good condition. Maybe that will work if I put a battery in it. So I'll certainly give that a try. There we are. Just see if I can get a good angle on it so you can see it. There we are. We've got a camel watch here, which actually says on it Swiss made. Well, it says Swiss quartz. It's actually quite heavy. It feels like a quality watch, and the bezel rotates as well. So that's still not going to fetch more than about 12 or 15 pounds, because these sort of what I call non-watch brands. Seiko is a watch brand, Seconda's a watch brand, Accurist, Rotary, these are all watch brands, but a lot of these other brands, even Armani to me is not a watch brand, it's a fashion brand, and they're fashion watches that people are happy to pay 400, 500 pounds for, which baffles me. But anyway, let's keep going. Seiko is a watch brand, proper, genuine watch brand. There we are. That's a ladies' Seiko, which that's quartz. It says SQ100 on it. So there we are. Hopefully that will work. We've got a JPS here, a JPS chronograph, and yeah, well, I don't think that's going to work, because one of the pushers is wedged. I don't think that's going to work. But again, the bracelet, it's a universal type bracelet. So, even if that doesn't work, the bracelet's worth money to me, because I pay like £5-10 for some of these bracelets. Regency. There we are. That's nice. I love these silver dials. the crystal's not in very good condition, and it's sad, but I won't be able to get that one working. I mean, but I'll sell on some of these watches to somebody who's prepared to tinker around with it and maybe get it working. I mean, I could try and wind it up, but I don't think it's going to work. It's got no seconds hand. I just can't hear it ticking. No. Okay, and we got Avia. We've got a small ladies Avia there. It's not really sort of worth showing you, but barely worth showing that. These ladies watches, well, here we are, Accurist. I mean, if I can get that working, I'll fetch about a tenner. It's just small money for a lot of these, but it helps to get my money back on the deal. There's a swatch. We've got another Avia here. That's a mechanical, of course. It's got a seconds hand. Yeah, not going to be able to get that working either. So we've got another, what they call, let's have a look, see what the brand is on that. Roneor, never heard of that. Have you heard of Roneor? There we are. So let's, it says 21 on the front, obviously 21 jewels. Yeah, Roneor. Again, the bracelet's alright. That looks interesting, but I doubt if it will work. It looks like a sort of 1970s digital watch. LED. Winnie the Pooh. There we are. We've got an Accurist there. Let's just hope that that works. It'd be nice if it does, because I quite like Accurist as a brand. They usually sell. We've got here a Citizen Eco Drive. That's really nice. That's a ladies' watch, and the bracelet's okay. I'll put a new capacitor in that and see if it works. That would be really good if that one works. And then we've got Calvin Wood CW. So I don't really know that brand. Calvin Wood sounds like Calvin Klein, doesn't it? Here's one that looks like the bracelet's broken. Nelco. Don't know that brand. And we've got a lovely Citizen Eco Drive here, another ladies' watch. There we are. Let's see if my camera will focus on it so you can see how nice the dial is. And then we've got a ladies' Seiko Rolex style, which I'll be delighted if that works. I mean, that's obviously a quartz watch. Yeah, that'll be really good if that one works. And then we've just got some sort of, you know, odds here, ladies' watches, which I won't even bother trying to get them open. I'll just sell them on. Okay, well, there we are. That's everything. And I mean, just to show you, I mean, the sort of things that I do, I can show you a watch which, I mean, I got this in the other day. This is a Seconda. The bezel doesn't rotate. It sells for 60 quid brand new. And I got this in a job lot. The crystal was absolutely smashed to pieces. I mean, the bezel was dirty. The case looked badly rusted. And the two-tone bracelet was missing an end piece. Yeah? Well, I wasn't going to do... Yeah, right. So yeah, this Seconda was in absolutely dreadful condition. Yeah, so I found, it took me 15 minutes of going through all my odds and ends, all my old end pieces, and I actually found a two-tone end piece, curved, and it fits nicely on this watch. So I changed the crystal, spent ages with Brasso polishing up the case and the bracelet, and there it is. Isn't that nice? And I'm selling that for just under £20, including shipping. So it's satisfying to get a lot of these watches working, even though, you know, I spent way over half an hour on that. And I mean, financially, you could argue it's not worth me doing it, but it's satisfying to get these old watches working and then get them out there and get them sold. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye for now.